The thing ChatGPT work the best is when you actually are the subject matter expertise. So I will basically put bullets and thoughts, and I would say, could you actually reframe this in this particular way based on information that I input? I think a lot of people who call it flat-footed is when they actually don't have subject matter expertise or they're lazy. They just say, could you write me an article about X? They're going to give you a lot of terrible information. And you might not even know it, because I will use it often to do some research. And because the way I do the research, I know I'm like, oh, they're giving me wrong information.
Right.
And so I think that's the part where we have to be really careful about it. It's only useful if you put in really thoughtful stuff into it.
Right.
And it's worth diving into that for a second, because I think people conflate this often, and especially in the reporting of these systems, where the thing ChatGPT is actually doing is trying to predict the next word based on the previous words that were said in that sentence. It has no idea about the context. All it knows is that from the trillions of billions of documents it's been trained on, when you have these 4 words that come before this, usually the next word is this one. So that's fundamentally what it's doing. So if you already, as Paul's saying, if you have the subject matter expertise, what it helps you get is the language, the style, the way in which people are talking, but it doesn't really know about the content. So when you ask it about content, it usually is guessing based on what other people have said on the internet, but that's a slightly different thing than being intelligent. I mean, that's a different conversation, but you know what I mean?
To me, that's why right now, only in 2023, this will probably be irrelevant in a few years. To me, right now, Gen AI feels like a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. And so it's deteriorating over time. But I assume it's not going to remain that way for very long. And so we also have to talk about where we're going to be 5 and 10 years from now with this analogy.